Hi, I'm Elizabeth Child. We're here at Heartwork Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. Today I'm going to do a Muladhara, or root chakra practice. You want to focus on the root chakra when things are changing in your life. So the seasons may be changing, you may be moving, your job may be changing, your relationship may be shifting. So think of what's going on in your life. Close your eyes. Feel rooted down through your sitting bones. Take some deep breaths. Widen the chest with your breath. And feel the heaviness through your pelvis. The foundation is strong and solid. It's returning solidity to your life. And start breathing deeply into the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is like a trampoline at the base of your rib cage. You want to breathe so deeply that that trampoline goes down into the belly. So expand your belly, expand your chest, and then exhale out completely. And take a couple more rounds of breath. You can continue breathing deeply into the diaphragm. We're going to just massage out the front foot, whatever foot is in front, just to bring some tactile awareness into the base of the foot. In this root chakra practice, we're going to focus on the feet. And so just massage out the arch of the foot, continue to breathe. And massage all the way up to the big toe, second toe, third toe, ring finger toe, and pinky toe. And then come over to the other side, just switch the feet, massage out the base of the opposite foot, right at the arch. So if you don't like touching your feet, you can do this with socks on. And then come back. As yogis, we need to get used to touching the feet. The feet are incredibly important in our base and our foundation. Since we jam our feet into shoes all the time, yoga is one of the few practices we do that actually opens up this base, this foundation. So then just come up to standing and find your feet underneath your hips. And just lift your belly gently, feel your tailbone reach down toward your heels without tucking. Lift your toes and just notice that the arch we massaged is lifting. Keep that arch lifting and lower your toes. Feel the energy of the arch rising up through your legs, and we're going to lift up, lifting up the heels just gently an inch or two, and then slowly lower back down. We're going to repeat that 5 times. Inhaling, reaching up, finding your balance. Exhale, slowly lowering down. And seeing if you can bring the heels down with the hands and not ahead of the hands. That can be difficult, but as you repeat, your balance will become stronger. And exhale as you lower. So your breath might be different than mine, your pace might be different than mine, and that's absolutely fine. In fact, I'd really rather have you move with your own pace than with mine. And feeling your feet. So as you rise up, is the weight more on the big toe side or the pinky side, the front or the back? So there, you might lose your balance. Let's see if we can keep our balance. Rise up and just stay. You don't have to have the heels up high. You might wobble a little bit. You could even close your eyes and just try to feel with your other senses. Sense your balance, sense your feet, and how when you move your feet, it affects the rest of your body, the rest of your balance. And then slowly lower back down. We'll do some warm-up for the back. We're still going to be working on the feet. So I want you to bend your knees and line up your knees with the center of your feet, right down to the big toe, between the big toe and the third toe, somewhere in between there. Your knees are going to track as you bend your knees. We're going to come into a powerful pose. So just take a second to look down and make sure your knees are tracking with the middle toes. And then bring your gaze back up. Exhale, we're just going to release the arms back, fold. Inhale, release the arms forward in a powerful pose, and then rise up, open your heart. Exhale, through powerful pose, and back. Inhale, swing the arms forward, through powerful pose, and up. Exhale, through powerful pose, reach overhead, dip down and rise up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale and rise. Exhale, reach back. Inhale and rise. Exhale. It's a controlled swing. Exhale. And inhale. Bringing your hands to heart center. Step toward the front of your mat. We're going to add on. We're going to take powerful pose. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk back into plank pose. Feel your feet and your hands firmly on the floor. Lower your knees. Now lower your chest down. Elbows come right along your sides. Scoop your chest up into cobra. You're going to look forward. Lower your head. Find hands and knees, and then rise up into down dog. So stay here for a few breaths. Let's bend the knees. Stretch your back long. And now your feet and your hands are grounded. So feel the inner knuckles of your hands reaching down into the earth, pressing down. Reach through your heels. Step forward to your hands. Inhale. Exhale to fold. We're going to come up through a powerful pose to feel our base. Rise up, open your heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to repeat that 2 more times. Inhale into powerful pose. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Place your hands, walk back into plank pose. Just lower to your knees this time. Then bring your heart down to the floor. Roll your shoulders, inhale. Exhale, lower your head, come onto knees, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog for a few breaths. Just stretch it out. Feel your thighs moving back. Now your feet are relaxed. You can try lifting your toes. So when I say that, usually the class lifts their heels. So no, toes. You can even walk your feet in a little bit. Lift your toes. Walk in. Inhale halfway. Exhale to fold. And we're just adding a powerful pose to our salutation. Rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, powerful pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back in plank pose. Now I'm going to take a full chaturanga instead of coming to my knees. Inhale, up dog instead of cobra. So that's an option. Exhale, right into down dog. So you can stay with the first option we did, or come to that more advanced option. Breathe. And then step your feet into your hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, ground down as you rise up. Press down through your feet. Lift your heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take a wide stance coming into what we call horse stance. So the toes are going to reach out toward the corners. We're going to take the tailbone down and widen the knees. And then just lift the toes so that you feel the arch of the foot lifting and the energy rising up through the inner thighs. And then lower your toes, clasp your hands and reach. And then rise to standing, hugging the inner thighs towards center. Clasp your hands, sink down into horse stance. Feel the energy rising up through the arches, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The next time we come down, we're going to turn into warrior two. Inhale. So you're going to rotate your left heel out, right toes to the front of the mat, open up into warrior two. Sinking down, just lift that front hip a little bit, open the arms, reaching out, you're going to look out over your front fingers. So feel your stability, widen your toes, maybe wiggle them a little bit. And then we're going to lengthen out the right leg, tip the right hand down to the leg, reach up through the left hand, and then look up at the top hand. So what are we doing with our feet? We're going to notice that the feet are relaxed. We're going to place even weight on the pinky side and the ball of the big toe, which is right underneath the big toe. And if you're swaying a little bit, that's okay. Just notice where your balance is on your feet. And then relax your feet. Draw the energy up from the arch of the foot. Look up. Now rise all the way up, pressing into the ball of the right foot. We're going to come back to horse stance. Toes are diagonally out toward the corners. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time, turn your right heel out, left toes forward, open into warrior two. Look out over your left hand. Feel your stability here, soften the feet, but feel grounded. So there's a softness and a grounding at the same time. We're going to lengthen the left leg, exhale, hand down, just to about the shin bone or maybe above the thigh. Open up the heart. As you open up, notice that you can direct your weight with your feet. So if you're falling one way or the other, try pressing into the ball of the foot, the big toe side or the little toe side. So generally in this posture, your weight moves forward. So if you press into the ball mount right underneath the big toe, it will help even you out and bring your weight back a little bit. Look up toward your top hand. Find your balance. Take one more deep breath here. Press into the ball of the left foot, rise all the way up. Turn your toes back to the corners. Sink down into horse stance. Inhale up. Step back to the front of the mat. And take a couple deep breaths here to recover. So just close your eyes. Feel your ground underneath you. We have one more series we're going to do. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Place your hands, step back into plank pose. Either bring the knees down first or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, and fold. Down dog. Option, you can reach the right leg up. Nice stretch for the legs and the hips. Giant step forward. We're going to turn the back toes out slightly. Let the hips come back to center. Inhale, warrior one. So in warrior one, we want both hip bones equidistant from the front of the mat. So in order to do that, I'm going to shift my back heel out toward the back of the mat a little bit more. I'm going to press the outer edge of my left foot down through that back foot. And I'm going to rotate my back knee down toward the mat. I'm going to see if I can bend more into the front knee. And then lift the heart a little bit here, warrior one. Soften the toes. We're going to come right into pyramid. For this pyramid pose, you can take reverse namaste hands, which are classic. You can lengthen the leg and come forward and down. I'm just going to reach my arms out, shift my hips back, and fold forward. If you can't reach the floor, you can place your hands on your shin bones, or maybe you have blocks or books you could put under your hand. And then lower down, nice stretch for the legs. So if you can't get your knees straight, just bend it. Bow forward. Deep breaths. So this is about rooting in an asymmetrical posture. And when we're in an asymmetrical posture, we really need to steer with our feet. So notice where the weight is in your feet. We'll inhale, let's bring the arms back, up and around. It's a more stable position to rise up in. Good, and then we're just going to step back into down dog. Taking that on the other side, we're going to lift the left leg up. Take a giant step forward, rotate the back toes out a little bit. Inhale, center your hips, rise up. Now think about weight on the outside of your right foot. Knee turning down a little bit, maybe turning the heel back toward the back of the mat. Just a little bit. And allowing that right hip to come forward even with the left. See if you can sink more into the front knee, still pressing into the back foot, and look up. We're going to lengthen the left leg. I'm just going to bring arms out to the side. Exhale. Take the body in a little bit of a diagonal. As you come down, notice you can steer with your foot. Come down over the leg. Again, it's okay to bend the knee. Just let your head tip forward. Give yourself a nice hamstring stretch here. Breathe. To rise up, we're going to bend into the front knees, send the arms back, up and around into Warrior One. And then step back into Down Dog. We'll feel really nice and stable as we're in a nice symmetrical posture. Lower to the knees and lower to Child's Pose. Rest with your head down. You can wrap your hands around you, hanging on to the heels. Soften your shoulders. Soften your breath. Feel the tailbone hanging down toward your heels. And you have two choices to close the practice. You can sit in meditation, or you can lie down on your back for Shavasana. So I'm going to sit. Just find the sitting bones again. I'm going to take the ring finger and the thumb together in an Earth Mudra. And just start to quiet the breath, coming back into that deep diaphragmatic breath. And just turn your senses to your breath. And feel the stability of being on the ground again. And notice in the practice what went well for you. If you have judgments, there's a lot of balance in standing, so notice negative judgments. See if you can just let them go with your exhale. You did the practice. The more you repeat this practice, the more stability you'll find in it. Soften the inside of your mouth, your shoulders. Reach through the crown of your head. And just continue to stay in this posture, maybe as long as 10 minutes. If that's too long, try just a couple minutes to start with and extend it as you repeat this practice. You can do this on the back in Shavasana as well, but we tend to fall asleep in Shavasana. So if you want to learn to integrate meditation into your life, you can hit pause, you can stay here. Thanks for being here today. Namaste.